Hallo und willkommen zurück zur dritten Folge Highway Blossoms. Ja, was passiert jetzt? Marina und Amber haben festgestellt, dass Marinas Auto geklaut wurde. Logische Schlussfolgerung, wir gehen auf Schatzjagd. Ja, sie haben dieses Miners Journal untersucht und Amber glaubt, sie kennt den ersten Ort, der da drin vermerkt ist, wo man einen Hinweis finden soll. Und jetzt sind sie am nächsten Morgen auf der Fahrt dorthin. Ja, los geht's. Most people imagine Indian reservations as tucked away slices of heaven. Maybe some pocketed oases of vibrant greens and flowing water in what is otherwise a wasteland. Those people are wrong. The Navajo reservation is as sandy and barren as the rest of the desert, and at 22,575 miles, it's neither green nor fun-sized. Fun-sized? What? Not that I hate it. The miles of faded highway road speed past me, blending together with the sand that stretches out to far-off, rigid mountains. Meine Betonung heute. Nailed it. Like there's a rhythm to it all. Behind me, Marina is still stretched out on the fold-out bed, cuddling the pillow, a substitute for her blanket that's long since fallen off her bed. Nice. Jetzt fällt einfach schon weiter, die andere schläft noch. Wohnmobile können eigentlich echt mega praktisch sein. Stell dir einfach vor, du fährst ein Haus mit dir durch die Gegend. Also eigentlich ist das so das Gegenteil von energieeffizient aber... Ja... My old gym clothes are a little small for her, the shorts only reaching halfway down her thighs. But hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah! So we're rolling into the town, its Jack namesake peeking over the horizon shiprock. I just want to check one little thing. Yeah. The town itself is typical for this desert. Nothing fancy like a high-rise. Just a whole lot of plain shacks sitting on top of gravel, painted worn browns and... Wie zur Hölle spreche ich das aus? Wie zur Hölle spreche ich das aus?
Beige.
Beige. Ah, we're going French. Sitting on top of gravel, painted worn browns and beiges. Oh god. From behind me there's a light, almost fluffy yawn. I wonder how that bundle of joy handles mornings. Yeah, me too.
Morning.
Ah, okay. Morning.
Oh, hi. You're finally awake.
She yawns again and thumps back against the bed. Guess she's not a morning person.
And there's still some coffee in the...
Oh wow, is that shiprock?
Nice. Hätte ich damit rechnen können? Nein, eigentlich nicht. Das gefällt mir. I take it back. Marina rushes behind me and grabs the back of the seat, her eyes sparkling.
It's huge! Can't believe we can see it from so far away!
On closer inspection, my clothes are way too tight for her. My poor shirt is being stretched to its limit. Of course, this doesn't seem to bother her at all. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed for myself or for her.
Well, we have to get moving now. So go get dressed or whatever.
Sure thing.
She scampers off to the back, finally giving me room to breathe as I make my way to the driver's seat. Until I accidentally glance at the rearview mirror. Aha! In the middle of the motorhome, Marina slips out of her pajamas and into her regular clothes. Jeez, the bathroom is right there. I adjust the mirror and try my hardest to stay focused on anything else I can look at. Fully dressed, Marina pops back up beside me and settles in the passenger seat. The desolate road continues until suddenly the music stops. Until suddenly, as if out of nowhere, we're greeted by a line of cars, RVs, buses and every other kind of vehicle under this blazing sun. Who would have thought? Ihr seid nicht die Einzigen, die darauf gekommen sind. Schade. All lumped together, stacked one on top of the other, side by side, and every single one blasting their horns. Americans.
What the?
Whoa, you think this is because of the treasure?
Nah, it's just holiday time. Regular holiday time. In the barren wasteland. I grit my teeth and flop back in my seat. I can only pray these are tourists, and I was the only one dumb enough to humor this scam. Nine? We're soon assimilated into the traffic jam. Slowly the motorhome inches forward, but when we finally reach the front, a whole new monster awaits us. Laid out on the dirt, barely in the shadow of the looming mountain, is a giant cluster that can only be described as such. Campers, tents, tarps, booths, you name it. A chaotic horde of people crowd around the entire unorganized mess. I cringe at the very sight of it. I'm in hell. Marina pushes her face against the window in awe of the sheer insanity.
I don't think I've seen this many people since the concert.
Oh god, she's going to break from the overstimulation. A choir of horns serenade us from behind. Groaning, I pull forward and squeeze the motorhome into the nearest available space, stuffed tightly between everything else. Oh, wie schön. Backing out is gonna be a real pain.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go find that treasure.
Schön, dass sie motiviert ist. Marina sits up and nearly leaps out of the car, but I grab her wrist and pull her back into her seat.
Just hold on a second.
Her enthusiasm fades.
Oh, that's right. You were only going to drop me off and leave.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stick around a bit longer.
Ah, nice.
For real?
Ich freue mich auch immer, wenn ich solche Menschenmassen sehe und alles überfüllt und ja. She starts sniffling. Sniffling? Schniefen?
You're so nice to me, Amber. I think I might cry.
Oh.
Hold it in. We gotta think of a game plan first.
Okay.
Ich hoffe, ich atme nicht die ganze Zeit ins Mikro hier. Ich krieg's gefühlt nicht hin, das ordentlich einzustellen hier. Marina returns to her usual happy-go-lucky self while I grimace at the chaos outside. If I suspend my disbelief and assume the treasure is real, where would we even start? We don't even have any equipment.
I guess we may as well start by checking out the place.
Yeah, let's go. Das erinnert mich an Lions Rock bei Auckland. Nein, eigentlich ist es nur ein großer Felsen. Egal. Aber wen erinnert der bitte an ein Schiff? Nein? I'm the first to make my way out into the sea of people. My nose is assaulted with smells of campfires and BO masked in suntan lotion. BO? Was könnte masked in suntan lotion sein? Außer people. Egal. Ich will nicht jedes Wort nachschauen, das ist so nervig. Smells like tourist, alright. Ich könnte auch einfach auf dem Handy nachschauen, statt jedes Mal rauszutappen. Das wäre eventuell intelligenter. Marina finishes her run around the motorhome and huddles close to me, her eyes still wide with wonder, but far less gung-ho. What? Don't tell me that's actually gung-ho. Colloquial, kampfeslustig. American Slang. Okay, aus welcher Sprache soll dieses Wort sein? Vietnamesisch? Koreanisch? Nicht, dass ich mich mit einer Sprache aus Chinesisch oder Japanisch auskennen würde. The two of us make our way through the makeshift campground, following a guardrail that's been set up to separate the visitors from the rock. All the while we pass different scenes staring all sorts of people. A news anchor elbowing nosy hecklers out of the way while she tries to report. Men on top of motorhomes and lawn chairs strumming away on guitars. Nice. Even vendors have set up shop here, selling overripened fruit from their booths. Marina's speechless, looking on in overwhelmed curiosity and hovering so close I keep tripping over her. I'm half expecting her to grab one of my belt loops. Loops? Ringe? I'm surprised. I pegged her to be pretty good with crowds.
Please stay behind the guardrail! I repeat, please stay behind the guardrail!
Oh Gott, in diesem Moment wäre ich sowas von ausgerastet. A booming voice shouts over the crackling of a megaphone. Pushing through the crowd, we're shoved into a part of the crowd that's mobbing by an opening in the guardrail. They're barred from advancing by a lone man standing on top of a folding chair and clutching his megaphone like a shotgun.
Stay behind the guardrail! Please be considerate of Navajo land!
Warum schreiben wir das mit J, wenn es einfach wie H ausgesprochen wird? So, by the way. Es ist indianisch. Als ob die lateinisches Alphabet benutzt hätten und man einfach gesagt so, ja, wir können ja nicht deren Schrift ändern. Haben die überhaupt eine Schrift gehabt? Ich glaube nicht, oder? Na egal.
What's going on?
Genau.
Not sure. I think.
Violation of property rights? The sun reflects off of the truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the word printed on its side. Navajo Parks and Recreation.
It's the man?
The man.
The man?
Thanks, Marina.
Never mind.
The relentless crowd ignores him, ramming into each other as they fling whole dictionaries worth of profanity at him. Okay.
This could get nasty.
Maybe they're moshing. People did that at the concert.
Moshing. Just another word to look up. To mosh. Moschen. Im Moshpit pogomäßig tanzen. Okay.
Just what the hell kind of concert did you go to anyway? Wait a second.
In the back of the mosh, distant from the calamity, is a familiar sight. Blonde hair intertwined and running through a dark red bandana. Oh, hey.
What's wrong?
Hello there, girl.
Remember that loud chick from the gas station?
A little. I was too busy with my slushie to really notice. Why?
Nicht, dass die nicht auffällig gewesen wäre.
I think we just found our first lead.
Hä? Was soll die damit zu tun haben? My voice trails off and I start towards the girl, pushing my way through the crowd.
Hey, Amber, wait!
Putting on my person mask? Was? I take a breath and place my hand on her shoulder with a forced smile.
For the last time, old man, I don't have any.
Huh?
She whips around, her eyes prepared for murder, but her features switch to standby mode as she realizes her mistake.
Oh.
Sorry, but didn't I see you at that convenience store yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that dump. Outside of Roswell, right?
Yep, that was us. I'm Amber. The other girl is Marina.
Marina waves and I extend my hand. The girl's eyes narrow, but she eventually shakes it with a surprisingly strong grip.
Mariah.
Mariah.
Everyone here for the treasure?
Ihr Musical Theme einfach.
They'd be idiots if they weren't.
Hey, what do you know? You were right, Amber.
You say that like it's a good thing.
You guys here for the gold too? Not sure why else somebody would come out.
She looks over the scenery and wrinkles her nose.
To this place.
The ray of sunshine next to me is looking for the gold. I'm just the ride.
Step away from the goal!
Ah!
You're all getting out of hand!
The horde presses in, the yelling grows louder.
You aren't getting through, so I don't even know why.
A can of beer flies through the air and cracks him on the forehead, the liquid running down his
Oh,
face.
come on!
Navajo Parks and Recreation. They are trying to keep well-meaning treasure hunters from carving up the rock because of its religious significance.
Doesn't surprise me. This is a four-corner state, So there's lots of stuff like that out here.
Four Corners State.
I think it's sweet that they're trying to protect big ol' Shippy.
Was? Big old shit. Mariah stares at her as if questioning her entire existence. Nice.
But it's a rock.
So?
It's only good for postcards and carving big monuments. Why is it such a big deal if people want to look for treasure up there?
Why do they even have to look for treasure? Who cares?
Well, it's not gonna make much of a difference either way.
Why's that? You a non-believer?
No, I'm just not a sucker.
What?
That's not very nice, Amber.
Well, it's true. It's obvious that this is just an elaborate scam and everyone got ripped off.
Before I finished my sentence, a cocky, overgrown smile makes its way onto Mariah's face, oozing with snide confidence.
What if I told you I could prove the treasure is real?
I'd say you're full of it.
Does that mean the treasure's real? Like, honest to goodness real?
Overwhelmed with excitement, Marina springs up and down, all while Mariah gives a smug nod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Ja, mir gefällt das Voice Acting.
Oh, ye of little faith. I said I could prove it, didn't I?
But why would you want to? Mehr Konkurrenz?
And how exactly are you gonna do that?
Come back to my base full of highly trained elite treasure hunters. Then I'll show you.
Okay.
Elite what now?
Highly trained elite treasure hunters.
Ah. Nice.
Right. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll pass.
What? But why?
Well, because...
You said we needed a game plan, right? This is the best chance we have right now.
A terrifying demand of determination emanates from her as she forces an unwavering stare on me. Oof. Her gaze intensifies. I look down at my dusty shoes and finally give in.
Jeez, if it'll make you that happy, I'll do it.
She's really damn determined, I'll give her that much. I'm not sure I could have said no.
But this better be legit, you hear?
I point to Mariah.
I'm not in the mood to be jerked around today.
Yeah, I'll keep my word.
Warum will sie den das überhaupt... Na.
Hey! Stop it!
Nee. Gut, dass ich den Ton nicht so laut habe. We look back to the crowd. The guardrails have toppled over and the crowd surged toward the man.
I'm warning you! Stay back! I have a megaphone!
Oof. Oh, der Arme. The crowd circles in around the chair and topples it over, the man crashing down with it. Das ist ernsthaft gefährlich? Wenn die jetzt über ihn rennen.
We should probably scram.
Way ahead of you.
Sleek and lavish, Mariah's motorhome is like a mansion on wheels. Its chromy black paint is so fresh that you can practically smell the primer.
Here we are. Base, sweet base.
Okay. She throws the door open.
Joe, Tess, buck up, we have guests.
Elite, expert, trained treasure hunters. Marina and I shoot each other an unsure glance, then enter the motorhome.
Oh, hey. You do finally manage to make some friends.
Instant punch.
Blow it out your ass, slacker.
It's just as big and expansive on the inside, making my RV look like a toilet in comparison. It's definitely luxury class, unlike my Class C. Or at least it would be a luxury motorhome, if not for the seemingly random decor. The wall is littered with posters of ska bands, The worst genre of music. Even weirder are the license plates scattered everywhere. Some in boxes, some on the table, and some strung together like a wind chime. Und da finden Sie jetzt Marina's license plate. A beanbag in the corner and bottles of empty beer and liquor cast off on the ground. The place looks more like fret pad than a base. Okay, now tell me, dictionary, what is fret pad? My dictionary doesn't know that word. Okay. An impression further aided by the guy sprawled out on the couch, his head wrapped in a bandana like Mariah's. Ist das überhaupt ein Bandana? Ist das nicht eine Brille? Er hat ein Bandana und darüber eine Brille. Okay. Brain.exe stopped working. Mein Kopfhörer einmal komplett weg. Okay, egal. Weiter.
Someone's feisty today. No luck with the treasure, I take it?
Bandana guy.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Hey now, me and Tess were holding down the fort. That's a very important job.
He gestured at the cot above him. A hollow space under some cabinets. It looks like a row of cupboards used to be there and was stripped out to make room for it. Lying on top of it is a little girl, facing the other direction, fiddling with something I can't make out. She's wearing another identical bandana. Nice.
Isn't that right, Tess?
Ach, das ist ein Bandana. Ich dachte die ganze Zeit, Mariah hat eine Mütze auf. Eine komische Mütze mit so Streifen an den Seiten. Hier, ja, egal. Einfach nur Miniature Mariah. Tess gives a barely existent nod and continues tinkering.
See, what did I tell you?
Has she been like this the entire time?
Yep. She hasn't moved since you left this morning. It's kind of sad.
Me in real life.
Please. Don't think I haven't noticed you were on that couch when I left.
Guilty as charged.
I clear my throat, reminding them of our presence.
Oh, right.
Alright.
This is my team.
Elite trained treasure hunters!
The lug who's become one with the couch is Joseph, and the squirt is my kid sister Tess.
Who's become one with the couch?
So, Tess, this is Alyssa and Melena.
Nice.
Amber and Marina.
Wenn die Augenbrauen einfach straight waagerechte Striche sind.
Whatever. They're looking for the treasure too.
Hey there, ladies.
I can only hope the highly trained elite team are in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm Marina. It's really nice to meet you.
Marina jumps in front of me, taking hold of the conversation by its throat.
The other girl is Amber. Say hi, Amber.
Classroom introduction.
Hi.
Don't mind her. She's just grumpy.
Nice.
I'm not grumpy.
That's just me being me.
You sound pretty grumpy to me.
Yep. I groan and start muttering nonsense under my breath. Didn't think being a realist would make me grumpy.
She doesn't think the treasure exists.
Uh-oh, Mariah, we've got a non-believer in our midst.
Why do they keep saying that?
Why do you think I brought her here?
If you think you'll be able to convince me that this treasure is real, then fine. But you have another thing coming.
Uh-huh.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Back in my motorhome. We can take you and your sense of adventure back to Carlsbad if you want.
No thanks.
Carlsbad? California?
New Mexico.
So, dies war Folge 3. Wie immer hoffe ich, es hat euch gefallen und ich hoffe, dass der Ton in Ordnung war. Ich bin ein bisschen am Rumexperimentieren und bin mir nicht ganz sicher, wie ich das eigentlich gut finde. Also, bis nächstes Mal.